Hello everyone, this is Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. If you can tell from all the boxes sitting around me and trying to eat me and swallow me here, that all say the exact same thing on them, and if you didn't tell from the thumbnail or the title of the video, we are going to be taking a look today at Oathsworn. This is a new game by Shadowborne Games. Not new in the sense of like, hey, this is the first release. This is actually the second edition release of the game, which I got through Kickstarter, and it is finally arrived at my house. It took a while to get here. We'll kind of go over that here in a little bit, but we are going to do an unboxing of some of what's here. I'm going to say that right now and let you know this is a spoiler-free warning, as much as a spoiler-free unboxing as I can do. Once we start getting into things. The reason being twofold. One, I know people don't like spoilers. I may do another video later on going over all the spoilery things, including the mystery chests here. You can't see both of them. I got one here, the other one's back behind here somewhere. And then, you know, I've got a whole pack of maps right here that blatantly say on them, do not open, warning, that kind of thing. In contrast, we have a box here that is the secret box that says you may open this box if you wish to. So stuff like that we're going to go through. We're going to go through all the non-spoiler things in the main box that we can. Definitely take a look at the dice, the coins, that kind of stuff. Probably will also do the terrain pack just because of the fact that it's buildings, so I don't think there's anything really spoilery in that. I'll edit around if I do see any of that. But the two big mystery chests, probably not going to go into those during this video. Again, as I was saying, one of the main reasons for that is because I know people don't like spoilers. I'm not really that big of a spoiler person. I will be tempted to look at spoilers and then I regret them very soon afterward. I'm the kind of person who, like certain movies and stuff like that, I don't want to know anything going into it. Not as much for like the spoilers, but I can be let down by a whole bunch of hype and stuff like that. So, but regardless, this is gonna be a spoiler-free video, and this one might do another one later. Also, with this third thing is that the nature of this game, I would actually, to a point, like to be surprised while playing the game and seeing some of this stuff for the first time there. Also, we are debating on going ahead and starting this as a campaign game that we're going to do on the channel. I don't know how far we would get into it, if we would do the whole game or just kind of the first parts. But I also want to be able to, if that's the case, experience some of this stuff for the first time with you guys watching. So, with that said, we're going to start moving things out of my way. Maybe even then the lighting will actually be corrected when we do that, and get going. Now, when I was saying at the beginning of the video that it took a while to get here, my embarrassing story with a couple things that arrived recently is that, and sorry for the squeaky chair, is that apparently when I shipped all this, or not paid, shipped it, but apparently when I set up the shipping in the pledge manager and everything like that, my stupid self put the wrong zip code. I'm not going to give out my zip code on the internet, but I basically, there's a double number in my zip code. I put the wrong double number in there, so my stuff as it was coming in, and Jake was laughing because it wasn't just Oathsworn, it was a couple other things that actually came in during the last couple weeks. But yeah, literally it rounded the entire state, passed me twice. No, the first box passed me twice on the way here. The second box technically passed me twice. But yeah, it took a while to get here. Probably took about 4 or 5 days longer to get to me because of that. But I can complain about not getting, I'm not necessarily going to complain about how long it took me to get it when, you know, I know there's people with Kickstarters that something happens with their stuff and they never get it, or they don't get it for a long time after their game comes out. Now, before we get into the main box itself with this unboxing, I am going to show off a couple of things that I know don't have a equivalent in the box, meaning that there are dice in the game and there are coins that are in the main game that have different components in the box. We're going to kind of show off, compare and contrast. It's not a spoilery thing. Show those off in the box here once we get to them. So I'm not going to show them now. We'll show them in there so we can kind of see the regular version and the deluxeified version. First off, though, we are going to see here that we have the, you can see this is very translucent, or not translucent, very whatever. Hi, how are you doing? This is Rockshire Gaming. But we've got our Oathsworn art book right there. Again, professional job with the iPhone up there recording that part. I'm not going to open this because I'm pretty sure there's probably spoilers in here with the art. The other thing I did want to show off, and we'll take this one out of its packaging first, is this version of the game does have a dice tray, which I don't think is in the main box. So there is our fake leather dice tray right there with the Oathsworn symbol in the middle. Same thing on the other side, and you just, you know, snap them together right there. I'm not going to do it just because I don't want to crease it right away. But anyway, so we're going to take that and put it off to the side. So yeah, I just want to show off those two things before we got into the main box. So next we're going to go ahead and take a look at the box. I'm going to go ahead and open it now just because I know the glare is going to be bad going up there. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the outside of the box first, look at the artwork on there. Be upset that there's no flavor text on the back for me to bore you with. And we'll kind of go from there. Now this is actually, let me take a look at the corners and everything. This is probably one of the better shipping jobs, I will say, that I have gotten in quite a while. They actually did a pretty good job of putting in cardboard pieces and stuff like that in the box, the shipping box, and even like this was in a cardboard box in the shipping box. So that way, one, when you use a knife to open it up, you didn't accidentally cut into the box. They had everything padded, so it actually came out very nice. I see that it's upside down to you, and we take this and go. There's that. Alright, so throw that down there. So this is going to be our main box lid. Everything's moving around. We got Oathsworn Into the Deepwood, a game by Jamie Jolly, a Twisting Tales game, Shadowborne games right there. This is an image of the giant rat creature that is in all the Kickstarter material, all that stuff. The different members of the free company on the side. And then we'll take a look at the top. This is a very heavy box, just so everyone doesn't know. I didn't weigh it beforehand, but there is the top of our box right there. We don't have, except for some interesting artwork of the Deepwood, we don't have any flavor text on there. We just know that this product is not a toy and is not intended for use by persons 13 years of age or younger, and a whole bunch of other obligatory things. Copyright 2021 Shadowborne Games, not a children's toy, age 14 plus, hobby gaming product. You have to be apparently 14 or up to go into the deep woods. So there is that. It's a game for 1 to 4 players. The story takes about 45 minutes. Encounters take about an hour and a half. 14 plus. I guarantee on the channel we're gonna have to split some of this stuff up in order to probably do both the story and the encounters if we go ahead and do a campaign on here. I don't have any kind of ETA yet. It's gonna be first more or less me making sure to get a, as I've said in other videos recently, a dedicated group to do a campaign game. So that way I don't just have people coming in and out. I know there's a system in here where you can basically swap players or swap characters in and out, essentially, so you can swap players in and out. But I'd rather, kind of like just because of playing like D&D games and always having, like in some older games I've played, having just like people come in and out and having to, especially as the forever DM, having to readjust your story when you had story beats that were basically created for those characters. Like I said, a game like this, I would rather just have a dedicated group to experience the game start to finish if possible. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the inside of the box. And before I do that, there is that side there that I can more easily control it. I've got that side right there, which is just a copy of the other. This right here, and yep, that's all the same right there. So I'm gonna actually put this down here just because I think there's going to be a lot of stuff in here that I'm not going to be able to do that. On the sides, I don't know if I can lift it up without messing something up. We'll try. My tablecloths are whatever, but you can see on I'm only going to show the one side, but you can see the artwork of some of the characters on the side of the interior box, so it's not just blank in there. And we've got a warning. Don't open this box. Don't do an unboxing, Eric. No, anyway. The Deepwood holds many mysteries, and so does this box. Do not open any boxes, envelopes, or books, nor look at the faces of any cards or boards until told to. Components you may look at immediately are both rule books, which I believe are on the Shadowborne Games website, so you can actually download it in English, so that way if you need other people need a rule book. I know for our channel, James likes to go on his phone or tablet and look up the rule book that way for a lot of games. Also, if you are watching this and you want the game in another language, I've got the website up here. I just don't want to go through it, but I know they have other language stuff on there for that. So immediately, rule books, punch boards, miniatures in trays, player aids, ability cards, archetype cards, companion cards, might decks, all dice, player boards, free company sheets, and character sheets. To begin, turn this page over. The free company sheets and the character sheets I also think are downloadable components on the website, so that for some reason you need more or anything like that, you can always print those off. So we're going to go ahead and flip this. And we have first time setup. So we've got fill the token tray, punch out remaining components, prepare card organizer 1, prepare card organizer 2. Let's see, all the instructions that prepare card organizer 3 and prepare card organizer 4. Prepare the Oathsworn save bags, which are little plastic baggies inside the box. Prepare the free company bag, and prepare the 2 might deck organizers. So, note how to repack the box guide on the back of the encounter. How to repack the box guide on the back of the encounter book. So sweet. That'll help us put the thing back together. Alright, so we're going to put this off to the side. This doesn't give me what the components necessarily are. Kind of does. And we may not actually open up all the card decks. It depends on if they say in there that do not open. Very similar to how, again, not to compare games, but very similar to how I think Gloomhaven does as well. Let's see here. We've got Mystery Envelope 11. Do not open until told. I don't know what's in there. So we've got that, and let's see here. We got a few other mystery envelopes. That is an example of what the do not open until told exclamation point for the letter A is right there. Let's go ahead and place that there with mystery envelope 11 or 2, I don't know. We've got our high quality foam right here, which at this point has been pressed with the interior of the box. So I was hoping that didn't go all the way down, so that's good. So we're going to put the foam over off to the side. And here are our trays. It says down here, push fit design, multi-part push fit minis. If a part becomes loose, simply push the piece into place and squeeze the front and back of the miniature tightly. I think these are the push to fit design miniatures. These are not. So we'll take a look at the free company ones first. Are you taped like Heroes of the Grid? No, you're not. So I'm going to go ahead and push this. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at this tray. Alright. So, what I stupidly forgot to do was grab other miniatures down in order to compare. So we're going to do that right now. Alright, so I got some comparison stuff here. So first we're going to take, let's see, we got this character right here. So there he is, this big old battle axe, right? They're not battle axe, big old hammer right here. And again, when they advertise on these figures that they were like larger scale than like standard minis and that kind of thing, I do have a D&D model from my most recent campaign right here. So you can kind of see that scale of how much bigger these figures are than standard D&D minis. I don't want to show off anything like a lot larger than that, but these are actually, like I said, very, very cool. I don't know why, even though I know it's kind of like seeing it on, like when you see it on the computer, they show those silhouettes and everything of, oh, this is how big these different figures are for these different things. You don't fully understand the scale until you actually have it in hand, like a giant axe-wielding bear dude right here. And these are actually very, very detailed. Like even on this one, you can definitely tell, like on the shoulder pads, you can tell there's some battle damage on there. Just the expressions on the figures are really, really cool. I like these a lot. Let's see. Ooh, this is a cool one right here. I got that right there. And again, these figures all have, as it said, a, what was it, what the actual term they use? Push to fit design. So we do have here, as I said, the armory pack that you are going to be able to mix and match the weapons. I'm sure because of how big this is to compare to these figures right here, that there's going to have different kinds of loadouts and whatnot. There is giant sword guy. We'll kind of meet these characters as we go. Almost dropped it. Didn't want to do that because it would probably explode. Let's see. Anybody else we want to show off? This is pretty cool looking right here. So anyway, I don't want to go through all of them necessarily because this video would be forever long if we did. So that's going to be all the main push to fit miniatures in there. We'll put that off to the side over here. Next, we're going to have this other thing of miniatures. Now again, if you have the standee version, it comes with 27 miniatures in the standee version. So I'm assuming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 26, 27. This would be the miniatures, all the miniatures that you would get in the standee version. After that, you would get just the standees, the, what is it, 89 extra large standees is what they say on there. So that is in the standee version of the game. I don't know why this one is so much harder to open up. Come on. Oh my gosh, there's one bleeding piece of tape. Nope, 2 pieces of tape. The other tray lured me into a false sense of security. Alright, so we've got, let's see, some guards, it looks like, some knights, it looks like here. These I don't think have the same push fit design on them, because these aren't going to be stuff that you're going to necessarily change the loadout on. Let's see, there's that one there, all the different, looks like knights of a town of some sort. We're going to have the eagles or falcons or birds of some sort, birds of prey. Those are pretty nice there. Make sure you don't paint the clear parts. Looks like we got some deadly flowers in the Deepwood here, or whatever those are. And then let's see, finally we've got this creature right here. That is pretty cool. It doesn't have a hand. Nope, it doesn't have a hand. It just got a big giant tree stump, it looks like. Not sure exactly what kind of creature this is. I'm assuming that it is some kind of creature of the Deepwood, as they all are. So that is the second tray. As I remove the tape. So we're going to go ahead and put that tray away. put it on top of this one for now. Move that down yonder and pull. Oh, nope. I'm going to say right now, the bulk of the weight is still in here. So don't do what I almost did, is because I almost ripped the box. So let's go ahead and pull it this way. And this is all shrinked together. So we'll go ahead and push you back again. And as you can see in here, I know I just pushed it away, but we're going to have our trays right here, which will be the Might deck organizers there, and some other stuff, some cubes and things. We'll kind of get into that. Again, we'll take a look at the cards here soon. If the cards packs say do not open until Christmas, we're not open until Christmas, just so you're aware of that. So again, warning, all that stuff. There is that. If you want to be notified if when we do a spoiler version of this, if we do it, I have no idea. I'm saying it as though I might, but I still might not. If you want to be notified about that, hit the bell over yonder. Like and subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciative. Just because every little bit helps. So we're going to have our main board there, and we'll go ahead and take a look at all the tokens real fast. Move away from the microphone. Alright, throw that down there. So we're going to have various tokens here, and we're going to start, oh, punching stuff out. We're going to start comparing certain things. So, there's a token that just fell out again. That will be the odd duck token. That is maybe upside down. No, that's going to go there. Alright, so there are your tokens. We're going to go in here. Got some number tokens. Looks like some blue shield tokens. I don't know, rotating cards, rotating dice, different things. Red blood tokens or ruby tokens, something like that. Not sure. Again, context. We'll get into that. We haven't even gotten to the rule books yet, so I'm just guessing at this point. Place that right here. Over here, we've got some more number tokens. We got all the tokens here for the currency. So we've got 1 value coins, 5 value, 10, and 20. So let's go ahead, now that we're here, detour. So we'll go ahead and we'll actually take a look at the actual money in the game. So let's go ahead and we'll grab a 5. And did I actually, on this one here, oh, nope, one of the things I didn't do. Here on the back here, you flip it over and those green, red ones now turn to green. Sure, there is some kind of a significance, maybe health, maybe poison, I have no idea. Yep, there's my coins. So we're going to have our coin there, and we'll pop out a random 5. So this is going to be the difference in the way your stuff looks if you're just using cardboard and if you had a coin. So over here is the cardboard, over here is the actual coin itself. They're pretty nice. They do shine a little bit more. I don't see it in the, there you go, in the light there. It's got a good, looks like a wash on there, getting into all the recesses. Looks pretty good. All the other ones are pretty much the same, so I'm not going to spend too much time on coins. And these are double-sided. So that is nice there, and they are all of different sizes as well. The 1s, the 5s, the 10s, the 20s. They all increase in size even on the tokens themselves, so they're easier to handle. If we mix them up, you can still like draw out what you have. Some games will just use the same size token for all the different currencies or different points, and it's all just the same size even though they're all different. So appreciate that. There is some numbers on here on the other side. Let's see. Talks about path tokens here. Oh my gosh, I'm going to pop all these out. Don't do that, Eric. That is what the other side of that looks like. It's more specifically on the bottom there. So I'm sure there's plenty of context to that we're just not getting into. And no matter how I touch this particular board, it pops out. So we will fix that soon, get those on there. Next, we're going to have a bunch of explosions and more wait timers there. On the other side, it looks like it's either green fire or poison with, I have no idea what's on the other side there. So we're going to have those. Then on the other side here, we're going to have the house tile, the wall tile, some more fire, and some more waiting tokens. And looks like there is a difference with the houses, in so much as the house is the same and the wall is the same, but you can tell from flipping it over that the terrain around it is different. And we'll get into that why here in a second. We've also got some trees right there, some tree stumps, as well as some characters right there that are actually cool detail. They are actually double-sided, so that is the backside of them right there. So we're going to put that away. What we're going to take a look at real quick, I'm just going to put it on top of the box here, is this is our double-sided map. So before folding it out, you can definitely tell this is going to be the green side here, and then when you flip it open, and that's why the house is on two different kinds of terrain, there is this more, looks like more desolate terrain here, and need something to balance on. It's a 4-panel, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And take a look here at the board. So it does give you navigation, south, north, west, east, and south, and the corners. Southwest, northwest, northeast, southeast. There is that one right there. So this is going to be the main Deepwood here. And then you flip it over. And yeah, same thing here. We're going to have a more earthy ground area, apparently with some details on here. I got some little rats running around here. Everything is in, I don't know if you can tell fully, but it is in a hexagon pattern. So it's all going to be on this hex grid, which is pretty neat, pretty different for me. Again, like I said, playing games similar to this with like more D&D stuff, it's going to be square grids, but that is pretty cool. I like the board. I like it a lot. All that's going to balance on that small thing there. So getting back into this, so we've already shown off the mite trays here. So put those off to the side. Whew. Like I'm getting into some more dicey territory here. So we're gonna have right here, it looks like some things for the chapter. Again, without context, I'm not sure. Sometimes they're going to show these off. What were these? Commanding cards, all dice. Player boards, free company sheets, archetype cards, ability cards, player aids. Alright, so I'm not going to open this right here because it talks about the chapters so much, but since it doesn't have any blockages, we're going to go ahead. This is basically an example of what one of these cards looks like on the Chapter 2 side. I'm not going to show the other side. It is Chapter 18, but I don't necessarily want to show it off because I don't know the significance of it yet. So there is that. And I'm going to move you to over there. Let us see what else we have. So we're going to have some cubes here. These are just solid wood cubes, red, black, and yellow with that high quality silica gel right there. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we got this little piece right here. I thought it was more hidden, but we will go into what this is. So this is the resin Oathsworn marker. Track your free company's movements through the story part of the game with this custom resin oil washed free company marker. It was already shown on the Kickstarter page, so this is what that marker looks like there. There's the back side of it here. That's pretty nice. Again, I don't think the details are shown up as well on my camera up top. So, but anyway, so we'll put that off to the side here. And then we are going to have some different kind of dice than what we have examples of over here. We will, let's see, let's get those comparisons out now. So, alright, so we'll get out a couple of die of the different colors. So these are the ones that are going to come with the game. We've got the red, black, yellow, and white dice. That white has 1s, 2s, and blanks. Yellow has 1, 2s, 3s, and some blanks. 4s have 2, 3, 4s, and blanks. And let's see, the black has a 5er on there. I think the yellow one is going to give the most contrast as to what it looks like with the new one. So one of the things you got with the all-in was sparklier dice. So there is an example of the yellow ones, different 3s on there. So you can choose to play with one or the other, I assume. So that's cool there. Let's see what we have here. I think red is going to be the other one that is going to give a pretty good contrast. See how well they sparkle. And so there is that right there. I do admit I like the sparklier dice a little bit more. The other dice just look a little bit more plain. So, but yeah, that is what an example of the different dice in the game. I'm going to take the time to put those away. These I will. Because they all go in one bag. But anyway, so there is that. So that are those dice. Now the dice that don't have an equivalent as far as extra ones are going to be the dice here. So these are not red sparkly, but they have some kind of pattern on them. Right there. And these just have normal pips on the die. It's not like they're marked. I think it's to differentiate them more from the these dice right here. Besides the color, they could have made them any other color, I'm assuming. But the pips will differentiate them from those because those have blank sides. These are just normal D6s. Let's see. And we've got 2 other sets of die here. So we've got just a standard D12. Just a few black D12s here. And then looks like we've got some direction die. So let's see, southeast, northeast, northwest, southwest, south, north, and none of these die, and I don't know if they're supposed to have a with you know, what is it? Okay, it looks like it has something to do with movement. So I mean, most likely. And that's why they don't have an east and west, because on the grid you're not going to have an east and west to move. So there's an example of those dice right there. And let's see what else we've got. So just gonna throw all the dice over on this side and move this back to us. Alright, so these are a little bit more sturdier than I thought they would be, which are going to be your card, that's 2, 3, 4, card holders that they were talking about, the card organizers. Let's see, that is an example of what they look like here and how many cards they hold. I don't know about sleeved cards. I know the cards I use for sleeves are a little bit thicker. I think they're the 100 microns. So I don't know how well they're going to fit into these boxes once everything is all said and done. The other thing we have here are the metal hit point die. So they're 5 custom heavy metal hit point dice with an oil wash added to all base game, core, all in new stuff rewards. So there is that example right there. And then I don't know if this is going to pick up on the mic, but that is pretty hefty right there to roll. So these would definitely kill a man. So there's all of our metal on that side there. Let's see, we're going to take out all the cards. Is the box lighter yet? Nope. Alright, so, let's see here. We've got these smaller cards, which these cards in here are standard playing card. Yeah, these cards here are standard board game or standard card game cards. So I believe the same cards that would fit like a Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! If you have them like a normal deck of cards. Let's see here. These I think are mini Euros is what they are. They're not mini Americans. So watch out for that when you order stuff. So let's see. I think these are the might. Yeah, those are the might cards because they fit in those trays right there. Then we're gonna have our plastic baggie of stuff there, little crystals. So let me take some of them out so you can kind of see them a little better. And here are a couple of the crystals right there. I can't remember if it's amber crystals, what they call it in the game. But yeah, those are those right there. So those are pretty nice, pretty good feel to them. Like the shape of them, they're very asymmetric shape. So I like that a lot. No, actually, not asymmetric. Is it symmetrical? Nope, because there's a big giant indent in that one. So most likely not. And yeah, these are all pretty nice here. Let's see. And then, what are you? I'm backing away from the camera and holding it behind the box. I just want to see what these cards are. It looks, the back card in here I'm not opening it, which says it's the, possibly spoilers, Deepwood Journey Rules, Deepwood Journey Mechanic. So it's a different kind of mechanic, I guess, for travel, I guess. I don't know. So that is what's in that box, and we'll kind of show off the box right there. It's got a big Z on it. So there's that, and then, let's see, this is all wrapped, and these are all your books. So these are player cards. What did it say? Can we look at those? Player boards, yeah, we can look at the player boards, I guess. Let's see here. I do want to open this, and oh, my book is damaged. Oh, Cool. Yeah, that's going to be that. We'll put that off to the side there. I'll have to message them about that one. Let's see. Where is our token tray? So it does come with a top to the tray that thankfully is not taped this time, so that we can put everything away. And then there is a spot you can tell for your shields and other things, all the different tokens right there. Spots to put them in, numbers 1 through a bunch. So for different stuff, so we'll get that in there organized. More stuff under here. And let's see. Oh, these are going to be the bags, which allows us to show something else in here. So these are the zip bags. We're going to go, like I said, there's the one for the Huntress. These are basically like Ziploc baggies that instead of being like clear like your kitchen bags would, they are black and have the symbol of the character. However, one of the things, again, with the all-in are these baggies, and we'll kind of take a look at the differences to them. I'm going to grab just the top one in here just to kind of show the difference. But let's see, you have your, like a dice bag, but it's still to throw all of your different stuff into. There's the one for the Warden, and then there's the Huntress bag right there. So you have a thin plastic baggie right here, then you have the Warden here. So again, depending on what cards and stuff like that, I don't know which one of these would be better, because this isn't going to necessarily close in on you, whereas this is going to go like that, and I don't know how that's going to do to the top of the cards when you close it. So it's going to be a toss-up as to which one people use. Use whatever you feel like would benefit you. So there is the baggies right there. We're going to place that there. Also, there's a couple other bags in here. So this is, oh, which bag is this? This is the, let's see, the Free Company bag. I don't remember which bag this is supposed to be for, because I don't think this is the bag to hold all the dice in, but it does have a flat bottom, so that way you can place it there. Oh, that one is the coin pouch, it looks like. So the blue one, I'm assuming, is going to be the coin pouch to place all the coins in. And then, so you're not having to keep it in the plastic bag, you do get a red bag here, which is, I'm assuming, the one for the dice, also with a flat bottom to it, so that way it can stand up. So that is pretty nice. You can basically mix and match all the different dice in there if you wanted to. You probably would, because you're going to be storing them all in here. So we got that going for us there. What else do we have in here? We've got more mystery envelopes. Do not open until told. We got the Y and V envelopes here. Let's see. And then Oathsworn registration character sheet. So your character sheet is actually pretty tiny. So we got that in there. And let's see here. Just looking through, what is this, number 1? So these are different. These are different decks, I'm assuming, for the characters. I'm not going to show. Maybe I will. Let's see. But like I said, here is an example of the Ranger and the Huntress decks as far as the back of the cards. And it looks like each one of these going to show different things. So again, I don't want to. Is it card separator? So these are all different kinds of cards all over the place, not just your class cards. We're going to put everything back in box number 1 here. And then let's see, box number 2 is going to be various items, allies, more common items. So I'm assuming, if you've played the first edition, you can let me know. But I'm assuming, because this says common item 14, and then I've got some that say common item 17, common item 20, ally number 33, that somewhere in the scenario it's going to tell you to find these cards specifically for whatever it is that you're going to be doing. So yeah, that sounds like it's going to be interesting, the whole choose your own adventure and, you know, do this and that, and there's more items there. Common item 11, well, more than 11 cards, so I'm not sure what the significance of a lot of that is. Those were amber chips, by the way, we had earlier. Common item 8, so let's see. Like I said, these are all common item 8, common item 5. Yes, this is part of the whole separating them. So shuffle and place all Chapter 1 common items behind a common item deck separator. Shuffle and place all Chapter 1 unique items behind the unique item deck separator. Place the Path A, Path B card at the front of card Organizer 1. Prepare Organizer Box 2, which is without mixing the 19 decks together. Shuffle each of the decks independently. Yeah, so these are all sorts of different cards for different things, for the different stages, chapters, common items 16 through 20, per the Oathsworn save. So yeah, these are, that's why I'm not going to mess with them, because I know I'll get them all mixed up if I did. Common item 3, common item 5, let's see, common items 1. So and then there's those decks right there. So you do have to open these up and get all the cards that you need moved around. But yeah, because those are both 2s. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting to have to go through and organize before we go through there. There's going to be a lot of stuff. Again, don't expect this to be on the channel soon as far as gameplay goes, because there's going to be, I can tell, a lot of things to organize and do before we... there's the injury deck back right there. So there's gonna be a lot of things we're gonna be doing prior to get this stuff ready. Unique items right there. So there's all that. So let's go ahead and move all the cards around. Let's see. We got a big giant ball of player boards, which, warning, major spoilers, do not look at the faces of these boards. This is another one of those warnings we talk about. And all I'm going to show is Ursus Warbear right here. Angle it so that it doesn't glare too much, but this is going to be an example of a player board in the game. It'd be cool, with, especially because of the cubes and everything. It'd be cool if there was like a double thick board or anything like that, but it probably isn't going to be necessary. But yeah, that is pretty cool there. There is, this is actually just an interior tray, so that's pretty cool. Nothing under it, nothing under it. So let's go ahead and place that back down, place those in so they've got their own little thing. And then we're going to go ahead, if we can, push this, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at what is in here. Now, I know there's going to be major spoilers. I'm not going to flip through the book as I normally would in here. The storybooks I'm not going to flip through. The rule books, yes, we might flip through that a little bit because they're the same ones that you can find online. So there's not going to be anything that I'm not going to spoil that you can't just spoil yourself if you wanted to buy the game, which is available online, by the way. Alright, so these are going to be your free company sheets for your different games here. Different session, knockout track, scavenger herbalist, tough as nails, free company traits. There you go. So there is an example of that. And again, I think this is a download online if you wanted to do that, and also possibly make it a little bit bigger. We're going to have different baggies for something in the game. Not sure what. We've got our journal right here, which I'm going to open up the cover because I want to see if it says a big, yep, mysteries. Big giant don't go further warning. This book contains many spoilers. Do not read any pages in this book until told to do so. Do not flick through the book. How to use this book. If you are told to go to a page in the book, use the page numbers in the white orbs to navigate to the correct page. If you are told to find a specific entry in this book, use numbers in the black boxes in the upper corners to navigate to the correct entry. So there's that, and they give you kind of a thing on the bottom of what exactly they are talking about. So there's that. I'm not going to flip through this because, again, I don't necessarily want to be spoiled going into this. This could potentially be one of the first campaign games I play. This is just high quality, not even cardboard. Don't even know what that is. There's that, and then we've got our storybook, chapters 12 through 21. So I'm not even going to touch this one. I'm going to put it over here, and then that is just more stuff there, more stuff there, and then the slight disappointment of my torn book. I'm so sad because it just opened up that way, or it didn't even open up that way. It was that way before I opened it. So I don't know if it caught on camera, but I'm gonna step back here and just see. Storybook, table of contents, and mysteries. This book contains many spoilers. Do not read any pages of this book until told to do so. And then the how to use this book is very similar to the journal. So yeah, and it gives a little chapter synopsis. Not synopsis at all. It just says chapter. Chapter starts on this page, and then epilogue on that page. So it tells you how big that is. So that's going to be 1 through 11. The other book is going to be 12 through 21. So these are the books right here. Well, some of them are going to be. Throw all that down there. These are going to be the books that are online. Just going to get rid of that. Kind of make more room. This is a professional show, guys. Alright, so this is the Encounter book. This right here is not available online. Once again, we're going to lean back just to the front page and double check and see. Yep, so it just says chapter numbers and everything. How to use this book, instant action mode, encounter setup. I guess I can show that part of it. Down here, whenever set up an encounter, you'll be told to use the contents of a numbered mystery envelope or mystery box. Whether you use the mystery envelope or the mystery box depends on whether you have the standard version of the game or the core game with the mystery chest, which uses miniatures. Down here, this book contains many spoilers. Do not read any page in this book until told to do so. Do not flick through the book. There's that. So that is going to be your encounter book. Down here, we're going to have our encounter rulebook and our encounter story book. And you can also download the companion app right here, which will do a lot of the story parts for you. This book I'm fine with going and flipping through. So we've got our story rulebook table of contents. Now, again, we've got a little bit of the excerpt from the Remember the Fallen over here. Probably about the game itself. We've got game overview, rulebook and components, dice, cards or dice, achieving. First play session. If you have 3 hours or less for your first play session, it is recommended you play only the story part of Chapter 1. If you only have 3 hours, only do the story part. So again, we're going to figure out what to do about this for the channel. I don't know how much cutting around and or you know, whatever we're going to be doing for this, how many parts each part's going to be, or each video is going to be. So we'll figure that out. So finally, I can actually take a look at my components. So let's see, we got the Oathsworn models 12, this, that, and the other. Oathsworn might cards, enemy might cards, so there is a difference in those. We have the might cube, status effect tokens, combat tokens, tracker tokens, effect tiles, obstacles. We've got mystery envelopes, 31 in the standard version, 11 in the miniature version, because why would we create 2 different books when one will do? Path card, 1 journal, story books, location tokens, time tokens, clue tokens. Am I still recording? Yes and yes. Let's see, iron currency, animus, not amber, apparently I thought it was amber. Let's see, the standard version comes with additional 12 civilian standees and 22 plastic stands. Now, with that said, I did say something in there about standee version having different things. So I am a glutton for punishment. So I do have in here, down here, wherever I had them, the 2 mystery boxes. Those are going to have all of your miniatures in them. So with that said, what I also got, because I think it was like $15 added on or something like that, is, I don't know why, but I did grab these. These are going to be the envelopes that would have been somewhere in this box. I have no idea where in this box because this box was dense. So I don't know if they made it a little bit bigger to accommodate these, but I did go ahead and buy the different the standees. So these are going to be different mystery envelopes. Do not open until told. So envelopes similar to the ones I have buried over there under that. I don't have any way of making this table bigger. I apologize. So these are going to be the mystery envelopes that you would get from that have the different creatures inside. That if you didn't get the base version, I'm sorry, if you didn't get the core version or the all-in that had the miniatures, you can get this. This was what would be in the box. Again, they had it as an add-on. The reason I got it as an add-on is because I figure most of the time we're going to be playing this game, I'd be playing it here. But in the off chance that I went to someone else's house for one scenario or the other that I could actually, whatever, and drove over there and we're going to play the game and everything, and I know we're going to be doing an encounter during that play session, I don't necessarily want to, depending on the choices or whatnot, I wouldn't necessarily want to bring these big giant boxes with me. Being able to bring the envelopes, that would be a lot better. Now, I could just always bring the one individual monster over, but again, I believe with Choose Your Own Adventure, you don't necessarily know which monsters you're going to be facing during a session. So again, that's why I got the envelopes, so that we can do that. With that said, the envelope standard version does come with these stands here. So some are round, some are not, which is very interesting to me. So all the single space ones are round. I don't know if it's coming out on camera. There we go. But you can see the round ones there. And then here I've got a big giant round one. And then, whoop, and then one that actually fits on fits in the hexagon pattern there. I don't know because I don't know the context, but right here by my finger there's an arrow, and I'm not sure if that is the facing side. And that is not like recessed in there. That is actually like sticking out there. So that has to be some reason for that. So again, not sure if that's going to be the facing side or not, because I believe the standees, I can't look at them because they say not to, I believe the standees have double-sided things, just like we saw in the other standees that were in this pile of stuff somewhere. So that is everything in the core box of Oathsworn. Again, I do apologize that we're not necessarily going through every card, every little thing. I usually would like show up some items, show up some different things in the cards and whatnot. I don't want to sit here and rip up cards, especially because I don't have time to organize it as I am filming this. It is very late at night to do, so I didn't want to have to do all of that, but we will take a look at a few more other things in here. Now the maps, which I am actually very excited for as well, I am not going to be showing because of the spoiler warning on there. But I do want to check out the armory, so we're going to take a look at the armory real quick and probably bring a miniature or two back out and see how that works. So let's see. Whoa, come on. Trying not to cut myself or the box. So let's see here. Don't get defeated by plastic, Eric. Show it who's boss. Alright. So my box did get a little bit crushed. That is not bad though, because this is a thinner box. Not like it had, you know, everything backing it up. So alright, so there is going to be that. It opens from, looks like the side here, or the, yeah, the side here. Let's see here. Some trays. Do not open. Oh no! Oh no, it didn't say that. Into the Deepwood Armory. The following pages contain instructions sheet for quick swapping weapons on Oathsworn character miniatures. When swapping weapons, some push-fit components may become loosened. To retighten the connection, simply press together, squeeze the front, shown in green, and back, shown in red, of the miniatures. So they give you that. Ooh, this is a lot of stuff here. Alright, so squeeze green and red together to tight fit. So there is that, and then that is an example. So I'll show off a little bit of... I'm not going to open this because I don't want to mix up too much. Actually, you know, we will open it. I will go into that here in a second. So there is, I'm just going to show a little bit of example. There is the Ranger and the Exile of kind of what they're showing. So they push to fit over there, and then it looks like all the different weapon combinations, permeations, good vibrations, I don't know, that you can put on them. So for like the Exile, he's got two-handed, like, what does he have? This is a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna look at the Ranger actually. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bows. So this again, armory wise, like something like that, I'm not 100% sure the necessity of having 5 different bows. It's cool though, because again, the different weapons that she could get, you basically make sure that you have a match for them. So whereas looks like the Exile, he's got a couple different two-handed weapons, but it looks like he also has a couple of one-handed weapons. He can do, yeah, he looks like he can dual wield maybe, or like 2-weapon fighting, or he can wield one with 2 hands. Our bear friend has the same thing, because I think the figure in there has the war bear. Yeah, he's holding a battle axe with 2 arms, whereas, or he can have a single axe or hammer in one hand. Dual wielding friggin' chain, like up here is what I'm looking at. Dual wielding these like chain rocks or whatever these are. That is cool. Or you can just have bear claws. The bear can have bear arms. It's his right to bear arms, I guess. Let's see, the priest, that's who I was looking at earlier. He's got 2 different staves, looks like. He's got 2 different warhammers, an open hand, a warhammer hand for his other side, so he can dual wield warhammers. The warden having different things on here. The penitent having different stuff there. The witch, it's a witch. Blade, not Wesley Snipes, having... You can 2-hand a battle axe, or it turns into like a weird javelin with a sword on it. I'm this is cool. This is the most unnecessarily cool thing I've seen, is these things. Being able to like customize this, it's just gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a pain to paint. I will tell you that right now. That's if I get to paint it. I do want to try to paint it, and then you have the cur with his different stuff on the back. So that is pretty cool. And I wasn't going to open it up, but are you taped though? No, you're not. So the cool thing is in this pocket is that they do make sure in these plastic baggies to put all, basically label them so you know these are the parts of the warden. So there's that stuff right there. So that's for all the different guys. I am going to go, not tonight, I'm going to leave this out after I get done with this because I'm going straight to bed after this. But I'm going to go through and mix this up. I don't know what these wells are for, and the book, of course, is not going to tell me. Unless... The only thing I can think of is that you would, whatever your character is, you're going to store them here. But again, they're, especially with paint and stuff like that, they're going to get rattled around there. I would almost want to, if I could, line that with like a foam or something like that, so that way they didn't get messed up in there. But then at the same time, depending on how thick a foam you put in there, especially for like big warbear dude, you may or may not be able to fit them in there. So that is be something we'll take a look at later on. So let's move this all out of the way. Do I want to open that next? Nope. Let's put all the mystery envelopes over here, and we'll put all our monies in there. Almost cut myself again, and put all that there, that there. I am going to... I think the last thing we're going to look at is the terrain. I will say that. So I'm going to take the box, and I'm actually going to place it down here. So that way I have a nice open-ish area here. Oh, no, you're going to get back in there. I didn't mean to have it loose. Alright, so we're going to put all that there, all of our cards over here, and not as heavy as the main game. So, we're going to go through and take a look at our terrain box. And let's see how that looks. So, alright. So, the terrain box is pretty cool. So I will say that this is definitely a game that they don't necessarily need to advertise what it is. Even the main game, they don't have on the back of it the like obligatory like product shots of everything. So I do find that pretty cool, just because it doesn't need it. It allows you to actually see more of the artwork. I think this here is the grid box. Doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff on the back of it saying what's in it as far as the stretch goal box goes. So I actually like that on that box there. So let's make sure. Yeah, no, nothing that says don't do it on the back of this one. All right, so that is. Let's see here. Oh, please don't be taped. You. Alright. I don't want to do this, but your whole thing is coming out. So. Yeah. Alright. There's that side there. So there. Okay. We're going to put you back in here. Because they're not double layered or anything. So there's no reason to tape you. Alright, so we're going to open this up. Here. There's that. Ooh. Don't fall. Alright, so we got a few things in here. So first we'll take a look at the wall. These are actually pretty... Even this wall piece, I wasn't expecting it to be that heavy. But there is going to be our wall for you to paint however you want, and gives you some pretty good height. I'm sure there's going to be some line of sight on there. Maybe, maybe not, but that is going to be pretty good. There's going to be, what, 5 of those? 1, 2, nope, not more than 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them in there. So that is going to be pretty nice there. Let's go ahead and put these back in such a way. There's that. And then we've got our trees. So let's see. We've got 5 tree stumps right here. And then more tree right here. So I'm assuming that's going to go in there like that, and it does. And then there's another piece, it looks like. Yeah, because that doesn't fit there for that. So it looks like there's another piece there. Maybe I can find it somewhere else. Maybe not. Let's see. These are all going to be the same, though. Oh, they're... I think it is double layered. So anyway, so there is the tree right there as starting off. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Deepwood huts right here. So those are pretty nice. I'm sure scale-wise I could use it with you can use it with like D&D and stuff like that for terrain. So oh no, you can get to it from here, can't you? Aha, you never needed to open up the box, or get in there. Alright, so there's our terrain right there, and there is another one of our trees. So they do have notches going in certain ways, so that way they go in correctly, because I am failing at that task right now. Alright, there we go. So this is what a tree in the Deepwood looks like. Right there. So we'll go from the top camera too. So that is going to be our trees, and then they all, like I said, come apart. And I don't think there's anything else in there. So that is going to be our main tree box right there. I'll go ahead and, because we're right here, I'm going to go ahead and give you an example of the house. I don't know if you can actually get in here, but they do have a window off to the side. That is... not see-through, it has a hole in it, but so there is that is the back side, the other side, and the door does not open. So yeah, that is going to be your houses, and whoop. So there is that. As we place that back in there temporarily because I got to do other stuff here. And I'll go ahead and open this. It does say secret box. You may open this box. We'll see what's in here. So if you want to know what the second edition secret box is, we're getting ready to see. So let's go ahead. I will open it up a little bit away from the top cam. I mean, I can always edit. That's not a problem. Just to make sure it's nothing like spoilery. So... come on. I hate when boxes get stuck on the side, because then you don't want to like bend the interior part of the flap there. Oh, come on. Alright. So, this is... toy. Secret box. You may open this box. Okay. So this box has a, looks like a painted figure of some sort, of some very tall dude. So again, not sure context-wise what exactly this is. We'll go ahead and show it off here at the end. And you guys saw me opening it, so if you wanted to get out of there. So I don't know what, because it just said mystery box online and stuff like that. I don't know if this is a gameplay piece or not. It wouldn't be in the book, so if it is, it should have its own thing. So again, not 100% sure what the context that is. We'll find out. But there is that is everything in Oathsworn into the Deepwood for the second edition of the game. Yeah, so that is got me extremely hyped to play this game, to go through these cards, all that stuff, get into the game, that kind of thing. Slightly bummed that my rulebook or my storybook is ripped up a little bit. But that happens sometimes when you are having, not mass market, but when you're basically building, like the amount of stuff they were shipping out to people was nuts. So, and as you heard earlier, I didn't help much by putting in my wrong zip code and giving my box a tour of the state. So, with that said, let me know what you guys think about this game. Let me know what, if you played first edition, you getting your second edition upgrade stuff, what any strategies you got for me, any characters we should be trying to play first going through here, anything like that. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing the bigger miniatures. I, for one, again, it's my channel, but I, for one, would like to be more or less surprised going into some of those encounters, and just kind of seeing the things as they are intended to be. Hence why I'm not going to go through the story modules, anything like that. I might look at like the first scenario just to get, like, you know, ready for that. I know there's gonna be some prep stuff I'm gonna have to do for the channel on all that thing, so I may not be 100% being able to be spoiler free, but we will see how that goes. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning into this very long unboxing. I know I did a bunch of edits in the beginning, and there's a bunch of times where I stopped that I'm probably going to cut out, but I've been filming for about an hour and a half on this one. It is almost midnight for me here, so, but I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to this rather long unboxing. If you enjoyed yourself and you want to see more content, go ahead, hit the notification bell, hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, all those different things, and we will see you guys in the next video.